Good morning. My name is Peter, as you know. So today we're going to just talk about crankshafts, touch on camshafts, got some conrods, where they go, mainly about the transportation of them, how we pack them, and the storage of crankshafts. On your crankshaft, now a crankshaft fits inside your engine. It's probably the most important and the main part of your engine. It connects to these rods, connecting rods that go here on your journals, and connects to your piston. So that's basically, you can see that the journals are offset, so they go up and down like that as your crankshaft turns. So everybody's got a diesel or petrol engine. You got one of these inside it, right? It has the crankshaft's made up of a main journal. So the main ones are in the middle, and your big end journals, which are these ones here, which the conrod connects to. If it's a 6-cylinder, it's got 6 journals for your conrods to connect to, and 7 mains. If it's a 4-cylinder, it'll have 4 cylinders, 4 main journals, and 5 mains. These are your bearings. Typically, you'll go around and connect to your conrod, which is here. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, I got safety boots on this morning. So these are your bearings. Guys pick bearings. Now, what happens when a crankshaft wears? If you don't service your vehicle, your engine regularly, you'll get impurities, and the impurities in your bearings will start wearing quicker than they should. So what happens is you get marks on these journals, and eventually your bearings possibly could seize through lack of lubrication. It's not lubricated properly, or you get bearings that get marked. So when you buy a new engine, it's got standard bearings. If your crankshaft got a bit of damage or got marked, you might send it to an engineering shop. What they do is they might skim a little bit off. It's such a little bit. It's like 10 thou, 20 thou, 30 thou. So you guys have all come across bearings that are standards, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 thou. What that means is they've machined a little bit off the crankshaft journals, just so it's a nice smooth finish again, and that's why you have oversized bearings. So whatever you take off on the journals in a machine shop, you add to the bearings, and that's why you get different bearing sizes. It's the importance of servicing your engines, getting your oil when the manufacturer suggests that you change your oil. That's because impurities do cause damage over time. So that's the importance of servicing your vehicle. So just in terms of, we sell a lot of second-hand crankshafts. I see there's a lot that goes out to our engineering shops to get checked. It's really important that we protect these journals. These are these nice shiny chrome parts of the crankshaft. When you send crankshafts out, if they're not brand new in an original box, that's fine. But if we send crankshafts out to engineering shops, we need to protect these journals. You can wrap them with some bubble wrap, and that's each and every single journal, and wrap them up. If you get a little knock on these journals, on any of these journals, if it's bad enough, this crankshaft becomes scrap. Okay, so it's really important that we protect the journals when we send our crankshafts out. So if you're sending second-hand ones out to the engineering shop, make sure that you protect the journals, because if something touches that, knocks that, the crankshaft scrap. Okay, so cling wrap, plastic around each journal, and obviously we also need to do some rust preventative. If we've got crankshafts that are coming in, it's important that we put some tactile over here and wrap them as well for protection. If you've got a bit of rust on here, we got to either get that cleaned up, and if it's really bad, it's got to go another cut, which could be 10 thou also. You'll see lubrication. Crankshafts are all, you'll see they've got like holes in them. I don't know if you can see the holes in here. So what happens is these bearings have like holes in them. These will go into the engine block, and oil comes through these holes. You see the holes there? Oil come through the holes, and then there'll be a layer of oil between the journal and the bearing. You'll see the crankshaft's got holes as well, and this whole, every single one of these journals is covered in oil, and there's as I said, there's a layer of oil between the bearings, so there's no friction, minimizes the friction. You can see there's also a groove in there, and that also allows the oil to flow through that groove. I'll go on to camshafts. Camshafts are pretty much the same. Treat them. These are the lobes on your crankshaft, on your camshaft. These operate your valves, which go as this thing turns. Your valves and your cylinder head go up and down. But also, all these shiny parts are very delicate. They need to be treated, and when you send camshafts, treat the same as a crankshaft. There's a camshaft bearing. You can see it's got holes in it. Again, oil goes through the block, goes around that groove, and lubricates the area between your bush and your journal area there. We measure wear with a micrometer. Okay, this one's probably a bit small to fit on there. That's a special tool. It's a micrometer. Perhaps one day we'll work on how to measure a crankshaft or something like that. So most OEMs have got a specification. These journals have all got specifications in their workshop manuals, and a mechanic will typically check all the measurements on these, just check the wear and that kind of thing. And I think that's really all I got for today. Any questions?
What does that one go into?
This engine?
Yeah.
This one's out of a backhoe loader, I think. It's a 3056 crankshaft. Caterpillar 3056. So it's like a Perkins. It could be might be a backhoe loader. Actually, it's a 6-cylinder, so I'm not sure exactly what engine that's out of. It's a Caterpillar 3056. This is a camshaft out of a 3304. And yeah.
So under normal operation, is the whole crankshaft, all the journals, everything under oil?
Yeah.
The level is?
So the question is this thing run in oil? It's not completely submerged in oil. There's normally oil below it. There are normally, some of them have jets that spray on top here, and then the oil pump circulates oil in the engine and through the block and through the holes, which lubricates it. So that doesn't run under oil. No, the oil's below that, and the pump sucks up below that. But yeah, it's splashed, and there's pretty much oil around, yeah. Okay. Thank you.